Alright, so the last selection tool that we're going to be looking at with these basic selection techniques is the quick selection tool. And I actually like it quite a bit. It, of course, has its limitations just like any of the other selection tools, but it's pretty useful in certain situations. It is kind of a combination of a brush tool and the magic wand. So it is located underneath your magic wand tool up here. It looks, like I said earlier, kind of like a burning cigarette, which is kind of strange. There's your magic wand tool. There's your quick selection tool. And you can control your brush size with brackets close to make it bigger and brackets open to make it smaller. Your brackets are up in the right-hand corner of your keyboard. And when you see that plus in the middle of your brush tip, that means that it's going to add to a selection. Right now we don't have anything selected, but if I click right there, what it's doing is it's picking up all of the pixels that it's sort of intuitively thinking that I want to get, that have this sort of same information. And that's why it works like the magic wand tool. It constrains itself by nature. So with the magic wand tool, you can select non-contiguous, and it will look for pixels like that all over the entire image. And the quick selection tool isn't like that. It is contiguous by nature, so it's going to select in a specific area. I'm going to make my brush just a hair smaller, and you'll notice that when I click, it's just going to continue to add. But I can also brush with it, right? And it's just sort of intuitively adding as I go. We'll go ahead and grab this flower as well. I'm going to zoom in. Command plus will zoom me in. And I'm going to make the brackets a little bit smaller for my brush size. And as you can see, this is a pretty useful tool. Grab that black area there. There we go. Aside from using the pen tool or perhaps a layer mask for this particular image, I would probably go with the quick selection tool in trying to get Bambi on the outline. I just think it's the most efficient means of grabbing it. I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger. And I'm just going to go ahead and try to grab Bambi as best I can here with the short time that we have. I'm going to try to make my brush a little bit smaller, grab that hoof, grab these dark areas here, grab that. Can't forget his ear. Grab this hoof here, grab the hoof here. Let's zoom in a little bit and move this over. That looks pretty good. Let's grab the dark outline here and here. There we go. Not bad. Good. Grab this as well. Now, if I accidentally go outside, I can erase. So, for example, if I go out a little bit too much here, you see how I've gotten some of that green? I can erase in a couple of ways. One is I can just hold the Option key, and you'll see when I hold down the Option key, that little plus sign in the middle of my brush turns to a minus, and then I can just go back in and paint that out. And that's really just darned useful. I can also just go up here and select the subtract from selection, and it does the exact same thing. Okay? Again, with all of the selection tools, we have options, and so up here we have options as well. We can sample from all layers. We can have Photoshop intuitively enhance the selection, so it's going to soften it up as it sees fit. I don't often use that. I like to have a little bit more control over it, so I'm going to go grab these dark areas here. Whoops, see, now I'm going to hold down the Option key, get rid of some of that, and come back in here. It's not perfect. None of the selection tools are perfect, but it's useful. It really is handy. I realize that this is not the best. Oh, I forgot to get this. Let's go ahead and move in here a little bit and grab this. This isn't the best selection work in the world because I'm kind of moving in a little bit of a hurry here. Alright. Come on. Work with me, Bambi. Don't want that. Option. Minus. Minus. Okay, it's not perfect, but we're just going to go with it. I'm going to zoom out and make sure that I have all of this selected. There we go. That's actually not too bad. And so I like to have a little bit more control over the refinement process. So I'm actually going to go to Refine Edge. And as you can see, it's kind of muddy. We didn't get a lot of the black outline that I would want around here. So I'm actually going to cancel this and I'm going to go back and I'm going to just grab this real fast. Let's zoom in. And come over here. Grab this. Come on. Work with me. I know you're just a baby deer, but come on. Ideally, for a selection like this that has lots of curves and kind of intricate areas, I would use the pen tool, but we don't know how to use the pen tool to make a selection yet. So this is not too bad. You just have to be patient and let Photoshop grab these edges for you. Okay, we're just going to go with this. The problem with being a perfectionist is that sometimes you can't just let yourself go with it. Alright, gonna get a small brush, option, get some of this blue out. Alright, now let's grab this. Ty, hurry up. Okay, that's it. We're going with it. I don't care. So, zoom back out. Now let's go back to that Refine Edge. Take a look at this. That's a little bit better. Again, it is definitely not ideal. I would want to spend a lot more time cleaning this up. For example, these rough areas in here, and this is pretty shoddy work right here. But we're going to go with it for right now for the sake of this tutorial. And I'm just going to say, okay, so there's my selection. And I'm going to copy it with Command-C, and then I'm going to go over here, and whoops, this is from my previous demo. Get rid of that. I'm going to hit Command-V, and there's Bambi. Oh, with a hole in him. Poor Bambi. Be careful with the quick selection tool, because you'll find sometimes that things are not quite the way they should be. So we're just going to, for the sake of this, keep Bambi like this. And there you go. You've got your selection. And now in the next exercise, I want to talk to you a little bit about smart objects and what those mean. They're actually really important.